So in the story, My Brother's Keeper by Patricia McCormick tells the story of three brothers and a single mother struggling with financial problems while one brother covers for everybody. Aces, an ace is an adverse childhood experience that can usually lead to toxic stress. Toby and Jake share the same aces, however, they do not cope with their aces the same, and obviously, and they get better ways that they can cope with their own aces. The three main characters are Eli, Toby, and Jake, as well as the mother. In the beginning, the boy's father leaves. Toby, one of the younger brothers, stops and checks for a letter from my dad, like the one he sent from California. Quote, this permits in a divorce, family struggles with financial problems, and this would be located on page 30. Jake begins to do drugs throughout the story. This affects Toby. This is located on page number 39. And I quote, Jake goes straight for the bottom drawer and pulls out a plastic bag. He stuffs it in his pocket and walks out. The mother eventually ends up finding out. Toby is in denial. Every time, I quote, every time she wears it, I get this excited, nervous feeling because dad might show up. This is indicating that he is in denial that his father may eventually show up, not knowing that he most likely will never come back. And I quote, I'm not ready when the beeps sound. I clear my throat. If this is you, please call back. This would be located on page 105. Toby eventually tries to get in contact with his father, calls several numbers, leaves messages, and is basically desperate for dad. A way they could have coped with their aces a little better, it would have to be to talk to one another, resolve issues, talk about feelings, and all things like that. In conclusion, as you can see, My Brother's Keeper explains how Jake and Toby deal with their aces differently. I connect to My Brother's Keeper because I use denial on some situations, just like Toby does with his dad coming back. I deal with the specific ace, which is now what I can do to cope better with it is learn to accept reality and the truth when I know I am lying to myself time after time.